Today I'm going to show you what I packed for my Alaska cruise vacation, what was good, what wasn't, and what I wish I had left behind. I spent a lot of time researching before I went, but even then I still didn't know if what I was packing was good. I packed this North Face 3-in-1 jacket. It was amazing. I wore the raincoat all the time. I packed a white vest, which was actually really useful and went with a lot of things. I packed a gray Columbia vest, which I wore on the cruise a lot for casual days. I packed one long sleeve button down. This was great for layering, but one was definitely enough. I packed a cardigan to go over everything for nights like the dress-up nights. I packed a casual hoodie that was really useful for lounging around in at night when I got a little colder. I packed several pairs of shorts, which I never wore out, but were really nice to sleep in our room since it was pretty well regulated temperature-wise. I packed several pairs of workout pants and leggings. These were amazing. I packed a long pair and several quarter-length capri styles. I wore these on the boat. I wore these to work out. I wore these for hiking. They were probably the best thing I brought, and they were really easy to pack and didn't take up a lot of space or weight, but they were super comfy to wear every day when I was doing activities. I packed a couple pairs of tanks to work out in, which I wore, but they weren't really useful outside of the boat. They were only in the fitness center. I brought another tank top to sleep in, which was comfy, and then I started packing a nicer set of dress clothes for nights where I wanted to wear pants and a nice top to dinner rather than my clothes I wore hiking, but it wasn't formal night, so these worked really well. I only had two nicer shirts that I brought, and that was plenty. Next, I packed t-shirts and undershirts for layering. This is super important. Bring t-shirts. We had some people that didn't have any t-shirts with them because they thought it'd be super cold, so I had to loan them shirts. I brought several pairs of camis and t-shirts, and that was super awesome and kept me cool because it did get kind of warm on certain days. I packed one fleece that I planned to wear on the boat for when it got cold. This came in really handy, and I actually did purchase a fleece on the trip. I packed a heavier purple dress that I wore for one of the formal nights, and then I also packed all of my camis that you saw in before. These are some of the t-shirts I decided to bring, and they were really useful for sleeping in and for walking around on the boat and for the days in port when we were doing really active activities and I didn't want to wear workout clothes specifically. I wore t-shirts. So bring t-shirts. You have to kind of plan for every type of weather. So I have warm weather clothes and cold weather clothes, and I wore all of it. So make sure you bring a variety of clothes. It was nice to have these workout shirts that are the synthetic material that takes the heat away from your body. And then I also packed some long sleeved shirts, just regular t-shirts in case I was cold and wanted to layer. On top of all that, I added several more workout shirts. I wore these probably every day that I was doing hiking. They were really great for hiking. I got them at Target. They were pretty cheap, but they were super useful. And then I packed my Columbia outdoor pants, which were amazing, and I wore several days over leggings when it was cold and then by themselves when it was warm. The final things I added to my bag were some cold weather and warm weather items. I added a beanie and some gloves, which I did end up wearing several times, especially when we were at the glacier as it was cold, and then a bathing suit because there were hot tubs and pools on the board. A lot of people used them, but I didn't. That's the one thing I probably never used in my stuff. I packed my underwear and socks and stuff in Ziploc bags, which is just a cheap way to get the air out and keep them all together. And then I packed my toiletries in there too, which I carry in this case that was given as a gift. I had, small amounts of everything, so it didn't weigh too much, and that was really perfect for the trip since you can get stuff in Alaska, it's just a little more expensive. I added in my toiletry bag, and that was it for my big suitcase. I clearly packed a lot, and you can definitely do it with less stuff, but I just wanted to be prepared for everything on this trip. In my carry-on, I decided to move my coat over because I thought I might need it when I got to Vancouver, which was really useful. And then I packed my hiking shoes because they were pretty heavy and I wanted to get the weight out of my big bag. In addition, I packed some tanks and clothes that I thought I might need in case my bag got lost, which is always a concern. So I had a pair of hiking and workout clothes in there just in case something happened. including sports bras and underwear and all that stuff. You know, you need it. I packed a pair of warmer socks just in case on the boat I wanted to have a comfy night because those are so amazing. And then I packed my day pack, which was really, really convenient that it folded up like this and I could use it to put in my carry-on. I put socks in my hiking shoes, which I always do when I'm traveling because it just makes it easier and doesn't take up any extra space to store your socks. I also packed a fan that's portable in case we got hot, which my husband did end up using, so that was useful. And then I packed a dress in my carry-on as if I lost my luggage, I wanted to make sure I had at least something to wear on the boat where I didn't look like I was going to work out. I also stuffed some essentials like sunglasses and sanitizer and some medicine in my carry-on, and that was it.